Good morning. Please find your seats and prepare for this morning's service. Good morning. On behalf of the worship committee, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Columbia. My name is Phil Turner, and our minister is the Reverend Stephen Robinson. We stream all Sunday services on YouTube and Zoom. I'm waving to somebody out there. You're always welcome to join us in any way you choose. For more information about UUCC, please visit our website at uucolumbia.org and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We also provide weekly updates via email each Thursday, so be on the lookout for them. We warmly welcome families with children and offer children child care during our service for infants and children up to 4 years old. If you want to be a child care volunteer, please speak to Bethany Storlazzi. We have a designated seating area in the back of the sanctuary for children ages 4 to 7 and their parents. Feel free to bring the toys available in the back of the social hall for quiet play. Today, children over 4 will transition to CYRE activities after the story for all ages. Now we have a special announcement by Nancy. Come on up.
Good morning. Hey, y'all, I've got some assistants to help me out here with a special announcement for kisses. Chocolate kisses. Raise your hand if you like chocolate. Oh my goodness, I hope we have enough, indeed. I've got friends who are gonna pass out a chocolate for anyone who would like, actually just don't put your hand, rather just tell them if you don't want one and they'll go around and we'll see how far they go. So Spread those out. This is a little reminder, if you can hold on to the little paper for yourself, because you'll want to put on your calendars for February the 9th. That's the Sunday before Valentine's Day. I know, perfect timing on our part, right? From the CYRE committee. And we will be having a sleepover. We're bringing back our lock-ins, is what it is, for youth ages 10 and up. For the first time, this is past COVID, folks, to bring this back. We are so excited that yes, woo! We're really excited to bring these kids back and be able to sleep in, and we're gonna be making some great goodies. What you need to bring, and indeed, mark it on your calendars as you're eating your chocolate, that on February the 9th, we're going to have the chocolate auction. So you'll have an opportunity to both donate chocolate, and I repeat, donate chocolate goodies, or maybe some people who aren't into chocolate so much, maybe want a few things on the side that aren't chocolatey, or maybe you could have some things that are vegan, whatever, it's up to you. Just contact me about things that you would be willing to donate ahead of time to drop off on the Saturday, the 8th, in preparation for Sunday the 9th for everyone to buy that chocolate. We're gonna have a silent auction for all these wonderful baked goods like whole cake type things, and then we'll have platter type things that are smaller things cut up in, so it's just gonna be a fabulous, wonderful day. Please come, please bring your money, please donate, all that. Let me know if you have any questions. Now, aside from that, what's this? I'm sure you all recognize this because we've been doing collections for Harvest Hope Food Bank for years and years, and indeed we will continue doing that. But this is a little reminder, and I'm sure you've all read this in your e-blast because you're faithful readers every Thursday when that comes out. But for anybody who's brand new, has no idea what we're talking about, this is for Harvest Hope Food Bank, and we bring in not just cans, but I've got oats, buy one, get one free, folks. Cans of whatever. We've got spaghetti, jars of peanut butter. What we can't accept are expired food, thank you very much, or glass, because it could break, of course. All right, so you'll see this container out in the social hall, just over by the windows on the left-hand side as you enter into the social hall. It is in 2 weeks, folks, 2 weeks. That gives you 2 more Sunday opportunities to bring in not just one, but 2, 3, 4, several cans or jars or whatever you can possibly spare. Look for those buy one, get one frees. Sorry, we got a little bit of a later start this year, so please give generously to both the chocolate auction, to donated items and bought items, and then the construction. So what's gonna happen once they get all these cans together? The CYE children and youth are gonna get together and construct these only really cool creative things with all these jars and cans and everything. It's really fun. And we'll ask you to go back in the back and judge which group you think made the coolest construction. Any questions, please let me know, but bring cans, food with you next 2 Sundays, please, 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 and continue thereafter. And most certainly participate in the chocolate auction. Did I miss anything, Jonathan? That's about it. All right, thank you all so much. Thank you, Phil. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy and team. If your committee or group wants a special announcement read from this pulpit by our service leader, please email your requests to worshipcommitteechair@uucolumbia.org by the Thursday before the Sunday service. If you want an announcement in our weekly e-blast, contact our administrator at uuccolumbia@uucolumbia.org. Now please silence all devices as we listen to the prelude.
I invite our choir chalice voices forward to sing Come, Come, Whoever You Are, with a text adapted from Rumi and music by Lynn Adair Unger.
Oh
Thank you. Wow. Please rise in body or spirit and join me in the congregational covenant, which is in your order of service, and Chuck is going to sign. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its serve, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve others in community, thus to be covenant with one another. Please be seated. Unitarian Universalism is a diverse and non-creedal religion. Our community is founded on deeds, not creeds. We are a covenantal religion, meaning we don't have to believe the same to treat each other the same, with respect, equity, compassion, and dignity. We place love at the center of our values, embracing and welcoming all people. We're delighted to welcome all guests and visitors today. Elisa is going to bring a microphone around. When it's your turn, please share your name and where you're from. If you have guests, please feel to introduce them as well. Any visitors? There you go.
Hello, my name's Ben. I'm coming back from our second week. I'm over in Lexington, but I heard about y'all's congregation, was really excited about it, and glad to be here again.
Thank you, Ben. All right.
I'm Ben's mom. This is Sheila. We left at a different time.
Welcome, Ben's mom. Anybody else? Okay. If you'd like to learn more about UUCC, whether you introduce yourself or not, please fill out a visitor card and place it in the collection plate. The visitor cards should be in one of the chairs in front of you. Our board members and committee chairs welcome your questions and comments. Board members wear green name tags. Thank everyone for being with us today. Today's chalice lighter is Christina. Thank you, Christina. Spirit of light and life, come unto us. Opening hymn.
I invite you to stay seated for our opening hymn today. It's Meditation on Breathing, number 1009 in the Teal Hymnal. Before we layer together the three different parts of this hymn, I'll invite you to join me in breathing. If you can breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. The drone is breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Our melody is the top line. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. And that middle voice that says descant reaches up a little bit higher. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. Now let's sing all together, starting with the drone. And then I'll invite you, as you feel moved, to either stay with that meditative drone throughout, or join me in the melody as I move forward with it, and the descant as I move forward with it. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
The children to join me for the story for all ages down front. Good morning. We've got quite a few folks coming down, so we'll wait on everybody. Hey, it's a bunny. So I know some of you that come from our nursery bring toys with you, so I decided I wanted to join in with that. I brought my own toy today. Ha! It looks like eggs inside. What is this? A school bus that looks like an egg carton, right? It's an egg bus. Yep. All kind of eggs inside. So I want to look at some of the passengers on the school. This is the official UUCC church bus, by the way. So I'm going to look at some of the people inside. Oh, they're interesting. Look at this one. What do you notice about that passenger? He's happy, or she's happy, or they're happy. Yeah, very cool. Oh, what about this one? Mad, sad. Oh, what about this one? this one's split apart. Sad, got a little tear there. Let's see. Oh, do you recognize that? Embarrassed. Yep.
He's also blushing when he's embarrassed.
Blushing, yep. Could be because we're in front of the crowd up here. You never know. Oh,
Surprised.
surprised.
Confused.
I know, yeah.
And surprised.
Confused and surprised, yeah. Yep, I get that a lot on a Sunday morning when I look out there at everybody. Ooh,
Tired.
exhausted. Y'all see that?
Tired.
All right, let's see what else we got. Oh,
Surprise.
oh,
Surprise.
can you make that face? Surprise. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, that's a good one. Did we do that one already?
Excited.
Excited, we did that one already. Let's see. Oh,
Sleepy. Asleep.
asleep.
Calm.
Pretty calm. That's a good way to see it, right? Calm. So, well, very cool. What about this one? Oh, I'm not sure about that. What do you think? A little sad.
He's afraid of everything.
Scared, definitely.
He's afraid of
Everybody see that?
afraid of talking in front of everybody.
Oh, that's a good point. Yep. That's me. I get afraid of talking in front of crowds. Oh my goodness.
I get afraid when I'm surrounded by people.
So, yep, that's a good point. I think we got all of them. We looked at all. Which one did we miss? Oh, the green. Oh, what do you think?
He's about to throw up.
That is a good feeling right there. Yep. Everybody see that? He doesn't feel so well. Yep. Maybe we should move him to another seat on the bus. That might not be working for him there. So, do you ever have any of those feelings? Yeah. Do you ever feel sad? What does your sad face look like? Do you ever?
My sad face.
Oh, that's very effective. Man, I feel sorry for you. Your parents, man, you can't get anything with that. All right, how about happy? All right, how about surprised? How about angry? Oh, it came with a noise. Do that again. Oh, I like that. How about afraid? Oh, yeah. Let's see, what else? How about embarrassed? So if you were listening to the song that we just did, I think maybe this face is probably pretty appropriate, huh? Calm. So what's your calm face look like? Whew. Did you notice everybody took a deep breath to make your calm face? That's what our song was about that we just did. Everybody went, ah, even the big people out there.
This is how I get calm.
Oh, that was nice with the arms. So, one thing about all these emotions that we feel is what we're talking about. Which one of these don't belong on the bus? None. Nope, he's got it. The gross one's got a seat. Maybe he doesn't want to be called the gross one. I don't know.
Number 7.
Yeah. What about, does anybody not have a seat on the bus?
Wait, we did.
All of them have a seat on the bus. The which one? The tongue? You show me. Oh, that one's an exciting one. Silly, yep.
No, he's trying to touch his nose with his tongue.
Yep. Can you make a silly face? Ooh, wow, those are some good silly faces.
This is my, scary face.
That was pretty scary. Well, it's so important. One thing for us to realize is that all these emotions are so important. Sometimes people will tell you that some of these emotions are not good. Yep. Well, inside the eggs are shapes. So it's another thing that you can learn. But the important thing, what's inside the green one? Oh, let's see. I know. Let's see what's inside the green one.
It's moon.
It's the moon shape. So we'll look at the shapes another time. But the important thing is, all these feelings belong on the bus. So sometimes people will say, don't be sad, right? But what would you say? Sad belongs on the bus. Sometimes people will say, don't get angry.
And you're angry.
Is angry on the bus?
Yeah.
That's right. Sometimes people will say, don't be afraid or be happy all the time. Is happy the only thing on the bus? All these emotions are so important. And so one thing that we want you to remember and that we support here is all these emotions are welcome in this place and they're a welcome part of you. So thank you for coming down and sharing all your funny, sad, happy. You know what face we didn't do? The green one. Give me the green face. All right, good job. Thank you for coming down.
Please join me in singing the children out. The words are in your order of service. Learn your lessons well, my children. Seek your truth in the wide unknown. Love each other, work together, and search for wisdom and happiness.
For the big people, the bus is down here. If you want to play with it during the service, I'll pass it around for you as well. Oh, that's great. Yeah, awesome. Our opening words today actually is the focus of our service and the poem that's printed on the order of service today, a poem by Rumi called The Guest House. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. At this point in our service, we light our candles of community, those significant joys and significant concerns that we want to share in this space, whether we name them out loud or whether we let people know that we are holding them silently. I invite you, if you have a candle, to come and briefly share your joy and concern and place your candle here.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Tom Clements, and this is a candle of gratitude to everybody in this room. Some of you know, particularly if you read the e-blast, that we collect clothes for the homeless shelter, the overnight shelter, a project, I'll call it a project of the Social Action Committee. And we've had a really amazing year. We've had more volunteers coming on a regular basis to the shelter to have clothing tables. A lot of people in the congregation have given stuff on a regular basis, and I want to recognize some people here briefly. These coats, Jim Kimbler brought these coats today. We're going to give them away tomorrow night, and they're in high demand. Carol Dodson, what do you got in the bag there, Will?
Got some pants, got some coats.
Carol brought all this stuff. I know there's some pants in there. This stuff will go immediately. These are people who have no other resources, no other facilities to go to. They may have been kicked out of a program at transitions. They end up coming on a nightly basis, and if the shelter is closed, when it's above 40, they have nowhere to go. And I want to recognize also Ann here. Ann has made over 200 knitted hats. over the years, and she just told me she made 70 this year. There's big demand for them. Rebecca Drennan just donated a bunch of stuff. Also Will Mingy, Ali Mingy, donated things. Bob Gillespie, standing up back there, he's probably donated about 10 bags of clothes this year from a friend of his who lost weight. And I want to recognize some of the people who have done tabling. Will here, Chantel, where she vanished again. She went back to her. Chantel. Deb is probably the longest standing volunteer, and she acquires a lot of things to have at the clothing table every week. Abigail, where's Abigail? Yes. Steve and Laura. Yes, Miller have been coming a lot, and she has done a great job of bringing stuff. Catherine Jelly. Wait a minute, I may be forgetting somebody. My man Shane back there. All right. But thank you to everybody for bringing stuff. I know I've forgotten some people, but all this stuff goes right into the hands of people who really need it. So thank you very much. If you want to come to the clothing table, we're having one tomorrow night. You can talk to me afterwards. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I am here to announce on behalf of the, just to remind you on behalf of CUPS that we are partnering with, I'm looking at Sarah Emily to make sure I'm saying everything right. Nod, okay. So we are partnering with Green Wild Fellowship for Interfaith Harmony Month to do a book drive, and we are meeting at the Casey Riverwalk at 201 Naples Avenue. So it's going to be where we did Pagans in the Park, and we are doing a book drive. So if you have time from 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock p.m., we really appreciate if you bring some books out to help donate to the Lexington District 2, Richland 2 School District. That would be really cool, and get some books for some kids. Thank you. Y'all, I'm so sorry. Today, 1 to 3, 201 Naples Avenue. Bring some children's books. Does not have to be pagan. It's just facilitated by pagans. Okay, thank you. Yes. Huh? Oh, elementary school? Yes, you can check for me after the service, but it's like kindergarten through 2nd grade. So, like, give them out some cookies, stuff like that.
Hey, I'm Bethany, and this is a candle of concern. I still don't see Sylvia here in our seats. I called and talked to her a little while back, and she is still recovering from her heart attack and the placement of shunts. So if you have her phone number, please call her, touch in with her, show her some love, and just reach out and let her know we're thinking of her.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Shane, and this is actually a candle of sorrow on behalf of Benjamin Swain. For those who don't know who he is, he's one of the young adults here. He comes and goes as he can, but he asked that this candle be shared on his behalf as he will be heading back to Alabama if he doesn't make a stop here, as his grandfather passed away very recently.
Hi, this is a candle of gratitude. So much gratitude. It's crazy how much gratitude. I am so incredibly thankful for this community because I just moved into my own place all by myself for the first time last Friday on the 3rd. And there have been so many people who have helped me with things and with moving things and with organizing things and just all the stuff that I needed to have and to do. I am so incredibly grateful for Melody for helping me find the place, and for finding a whole bunch of furniture and organizing a lot of other help from other people. I'm really grateful for Shane because he has been helping me move things and carry things, and I'm thankful to Connie and Kevin, and because they have a box of things for me that they just gave me, and Bud and Chuck because I picked up a futon and a lamp from them, and Kate and Deb and Chantel helped me organize stuff, and oh my God, there's so many people who have done so much for me, and I am so incredibly grateful for everything that it is really, there's no way that I could say everybody. Jane Gillespie brought me dishes and all kinds of stuff, and she helped go with me to the leasing office when I had some questions, and she was there to back me up, which was awesome. And yeah, there's definitely somebody I'm forgetting. There's so many people and so much, but I am really grateful for this community and everybody in it. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Tiffany Rushton, and I have a candle of joy and gratitude because I am going to be taking a road trip to Washington, D.C. with Connie Quirk and Sharon Gibbons, Danielle, and myself for the People's March that will be on the 18th, and we're very happy to be participating to represent human rights, women's rights, LGBTQ rights, healthcare rights, all of the rights that we'd like to protect. Thank you. Hello, I'm Susan Robinson, your bi-coastal friend, and I am lighting this candle to convey, as we did in the e-blast, the gratitude from our church, our partner church in Transylvania, in Besterce. They not only got the cards for once, which doesn't happen every time. There was a big strike on, and we thought they might not, postal strike on, and we thought they might not arrive at all, but they did in time for Christmas. And they especially appreciated those of you who copied the Hungarian phrases and sent them to them in their own language. And our work with them continues. We've been friends with them. One of the longest partnerships that the Unitarian organization has fostered. We began in 1991, and so may it have many more years, and some of you be able to visit, but the work continues, and you'll see that we have a table beginning towards build up to our fundraiser on the 2nd of February on Groundhog Day, and we are auctioning items, but it starts today. So take a look at the table for some good opportunities to eat, dine with others, dine with the minister, suggest a sermon topic to the minister perhaps, and go to Les Mis. Thank you, Patty and Drew, for giving us tickets to Les Mis in April. So please look at the table and start your bidding, all to benefit our relationship and the money that we send to Besterce, and bringing the possibility of bringing the minister and another congregant over here this summer.
This is not a candle, but it's an addition to what Tiffany said. If you don't want to go to DC, but you do want to support the Poor People's Campaign, you can do it this Saturday at 10 a.m. at the State House. So, word to the wise.
Last candle that we light represents our silent joys and concerns. As we learned with our opening hymn, take a minute and breathe in and breathe out and remember all that you've heard, all that's been shared, all that you've felt. As we prepare for our offering, just a reminder that this month, Share the Plate recipient, as always in January, is our Minister's Discretionary Fund that's used for members of our community, members of our congregation, when they are in need. I invite our ushers to come and receive our morning offering.
Our offertory music is Mystic Flute by American composer Alan Hofanis.
We receive our offering today, symbol of our commitment to our good work. Thank you, Anna, for music that really puts us in the space for the topic of our service today, managing your guest house. And I just want to take this opportunity to apologize if any of you felt misled. Some of you may have shown up today thinking that this was an opportunity to learn about becoming a Verbo owner or a Airbnb owner, and you were going to learn some valuable things about that. There's probably good information that could be shared about that, but that is not the guest house that we are managing today. So sorry about that. And if you see people leave, know that's why they came, because I know some folks are going to leave for the women's basketball game that's starting at 1 o'clock, so we'll just provide a different reason for them leaving. A few years ago, the Disney animators gave us quite a gift when they actually put animation down that described what it looks like on the inside with all of these emotions. With the movie Inside Out, they attempted to put a face and a personality to all the emotions that are inside of us. Anger, joy, sadness, all of those things that we are feeling all of a sudden had characters that were represented. And we began to think about how they were working inside of us and dictating parts of our lives and us learning how to manage them at the same time, and how they connect to our larger story as a whole as human beings. One of the problems with this as it started beginning to get popular and people were seeing it, one, it's folks started realizing that started talking to their anger, started talking to their sadness as if it were a outside part of them that they could have a conversation with. That's not necessarily a huge problem, but one of the things that I know happened is people started identifying, saying, you know what, you look a lot like that character, anger, or you look like a lot like that character, sadness. And maybe that's not the best way for us to pin ourselves down and start thinking about it. But wow, what an opportunity to peel back and look inside and see these emotions and how they are at work and at play in our lives. You probably already know that most of the species on Earth have this automatic fight, flight, or freeze reaction to perceived danger that's really helped us survive for all these years, or at least increasing the chance for survival by responding quickly, automatically, without thinking about it, without thought to threats like fire, animals, predators, sudden storms. This response comes from a part of our brain called the amygdala, which is an almond-shaped structure near the middle of the base of our brain. The amygdala is part of the limbic system, which is the security system of the brain, the center of emotions, behavior, and memory, and contributes to the controlling reactions to stressors in our lives. It mostly processes emotions and memories associated with fear, but it also modulates social behavior and interactions with others. When someone feels threatened, their amygdala will release stress hormones, signaling to others of their brain to get ready to either fight or to flee or to freeze. Adrenaline will make the pupils dilate. The heart will start to beat faster and supply more oxygen to muscles by dilating air passages, and the liver and other organs start converting these complex carbohydrates or fats into simple sugars to provide strength and speed to the muscles. All of these things happening without us even thinking about it. Cortisol, which is the primary stress hormone that enhances the brain's use of sugar, increases the availability of substances that repair tissues and curb bodily functions like digestion, immune system responses, and growth processes, all of those things that might interfere with your ability to fight or run in any given moment. Almost the body shutting down and preparing to respond. All of these changes make sense when you're feeling threatened or feeling like it is an emergency that you are dealing with. We know what these feelings feel like. We have felt them in our bodies. We have experienced them. And as humans, we also have these frontal lobes in our brain. Most of us, I guess. Raise your hand if you have one. All right, good. This is where we process and we think about the emotions and the ideas, and we actually make choices instead of just responding. When we sense a threat, our amygdala and stress hormones may be gearing up for this fight or this flight. Whether it's really a threat or what a logical response will be comes from our frontal lobe. If the threat isn't serious, or if it is not something that we really need to be afraid of, the lobes will take over and we will respond more logically. But if the amygdala is running the show, then our emotions have no manager. We react in an intense emotional way that is out of proportion to the situation, fueled by all those stress hormones. Normally, after a perceived threat is over, our body will release oxytocin, which is the love and bonding hormone that promotes these feelings of healing and can be released through touch and music and exercise. And apparently, a new thing that you can try if you have headphones or earbuds is 8D audio. Is anybody familiar with 8D audio? You should give it a try. We're going to start putting my sermons in 8D audio. Really soothing for you. I see the impact that a lot of the sermons have on you. You look so restful about halfway through. I can just assume that it's really being helpful. But 8D audio just moves the sound in a circular fashion around you, and it's quite interesting to listen to. You should try some of your favorite music in 8D audio. But all of those hormone levels, as they get back to normal, the heart rate gets back to normal, blood pressure, digestion kicks in again, and the immune function kicks in again. But if we feel under attack, all of that reaction turns on again. We have to use that frontal lobe to think about it. These emotions pop up in us naturally. They are a part of us. They are part of who we are as creatures. And only when we manage them are we truly responding in a more human way of progression. Self-regulation is one of the main ways that we can tame those fight or flight responses. Self-regulation is one of those key components in emotional intelligence, which has become a key phrase of late, and slightly different than the idea of self-control. I grew up thinking that emotions were something that you needed to control. I grew up with messages like this, and tell me if you grew up with similar messages. Dry up those tears. Anybody get that message growing up? Before they even started, like I remember telling my dad once, he said, dry up those tears. I haven't started coming out yet. And I have so many people that as we train ministers and chaplains in the hospital system, some of them will come and say, I haven't cried in 6 years, as almost as if it's a badge of honor. I have dried up my tears. I haven't cried in 6 years. And when I think about it and explain it to them, you know, tears are just a natural release of the body of a liquid when it feels that impulse. That's like saying, I haven't urinated in 6 years. Would anybody be proud of that? Troubled? Not proud. But it's so interesting. We've attached this negative feeling to tears and sadness to say, don't do it. Don't let it be seen. Or do it in private. Don't let anyone else see your tears. And man, anger has gotten a bad rap over the years, right? How do you get angry? Don't get angry is one of those messages. Or don't let your anger show. Or if you grew up in a Christian household, things like, don't let the sun go down on your anger, or things like, be angry and, oh, wow, man. It's programmed in us, right? Or it's programmed in Rebecca, at least. And I'm there as well. Be angry and sin not. And people will say, well, Jesus got angry once in the temple and he didn't sin. Like, what? He didn't sin. He attacked people with a whip and turned over tables. If he did that today, we would contact security. He got angry. He was a human being in the story. But man, we are taught that these emotions like this, these things that come up naturally that we cannot control, are things that we need to figure out how to control, and they're negative. Don't be sad. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't break into that song right now, or we'll all start singing it. But we have been taught over and over again to where it's almost second nature to us that there is on this side a list of emotions that are positive and healthy and good, and on this side there are lists of emotions that are negative and should be controlled, and as best we can do to keep them from ever surfacing, when the truth of the matter is, if I have to get the egg bus back up here again, they all belong on the bus inside of us. They all have a seat on the bus. This is very important for us as we live in a culture that I would describe as an emotionally evoking culture. We are preparing for another inauguration and a change in leadership this week, and maybe the politics in this country has us thinking about what Winston Churchill said, that democracy is the worst form of government, except for all the others that have been tried. Maybe those emotions, as we see that, come, and then we're going to go to DC, and so many emotions are going to be experienced on that day. We are exposed to content and information constantly. mostly because we choose to, because we pick up our phones or we turn on the TV or whatever we do, our method of getting that information, we are constantly exposed to content and information, and that evokes so much emotion in our culture. Maybe we're dealing with the valid fears of feeling unsafe in our culture, and they are valid fears of feeling unsafe in our culture today, and all the emotions that come with that. Then, of course, we have our more localized work with our own lives, our relationships, our work lives, our family lives, all those things that we are dealing with, and our own struggles with emotional health and wellness. All of that works together in our culture to somehow think about how we manage all of these emotions. In a Harvard Business Review, Robert Quinn and David Pessel and Stephen Poor's entitled How to Keep Your Cool in High-Stress Situations. And the article gives 5 steps to support self and co-regulation. Step 1, understand the biology behind the reactions, which is what we talked about in the very beginning here. Understand that these emotional reactions that we are having are a part of who we are as individuals. An awareness of the physical and emotional cues that signal all of those things that we are feeling. Learn where you feel those emotions in your body. Body awareness. I feel anger in the base of my spine, and I can tell you when that starts pulsating and I feel that tightness and pain there, I don't know what reason, but I know when it's there, anger is coming. And I don't have to think about where is that anger coming from. Where do you feel sadness in your body? Where do you feel joy in your body? Where are those bodily cues that remind you something is happening? Your body is letting you know that there are things that are happening, emotions that are coming. Step 3 is to recall previous experiences when you've moved through those emotions and had success in managing them. And then step 4 is to remember all those successes and think about what your next step is going to be as you make choices. And then the step 5 is to trust the process. And in their article, they say by the time you get to step 5, if you get to step 5, it's so hard to just trust that all these emotions are helpful and all these things are good for us. Whether they're good, whether they're bad, we don't know. We just know they're a part of who we are. And so maybe it helps to just take the good and the bad away. And one of the things I love about this poem by Rumi is he says, imagine yourself as a guest house and all of these emotions are showing up inside of you. They're just guests. They're there, showing up. Anger's showing up. Treat it like a guest inside of you. Sadness is showing up. Treat it like a guest inside of you. And one of the things he says in his poem is that if you get curious about these emotions in your guest house, you're probably going to recognize that they're teaching you something. They're signaling something that you need to pay attention to. One of my good friends that was a psychologist here in Columbia for many years, Bruce Schell, many of you will remember Bruce Schell, said to me one time, you know, most of the population never have a conscious thought. I was like, well, that's quite depressing. We're just reacting, he said, until we have actions and reactions and actions and reactions, and we really struggle to just have a conscious thought. And he says, if you ever doubt it, just walk through a department store and look at people that are not really having conscious thoughts. They are just moving around and a lack of awareness. But conscious thinking and emotional regulation and management are a part of becoming emotionally intelligent and managing these emotions in a healthy way, not controlling. The message to stop these emotions really has to stop because they're not going to stop. The emotions are teaching us something. The way to manage the emotions is curiosity. I am feeling sad. Why am I feeling sad today? My anger is showing up. Where is my anger coming from? What pain is it pointing to in my life. I feel joy. I'm just going to write it. No, be curious about what brought you joy today. Walk outside and experience awe and wonder. As Unitarian Universalists, we believe that we are supposed to nurture the frontal lobe of our being, especially when it comes to religion and making meaning. We pride ourselves on having conscious thoughts, being free thinkers and developing meaning, not cult following. And as a matter of fact, if someone says, go this way, a true UU will say, no, I'm going to go this way just to go the other way and try it that way. Even if this is the best way, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to follow you. I'm going to go the other way. And that is beautiful, and it drives us crazy sometimes, but it's beautiful. Did I mention that it's beautiful? But even in all of that work of developing that frontal lobe where we think for ourselves and we make choices and we manage our lives, we are still susceptible to just pure emotional reactions and shifting into fight and flight and freeze on any given occasion and cutting ourselves off from curiosity of our emotions. Theodosius Dolzhansky, a prominent evolutionary biologist in 1962, took the work of Charles Darwin's famous quote about evolution. Darwin said that evolution is about the survival of the fittest, and Theodosius says the fittest may also be the gentlest of our species, because survival often requires mutual help and cooperation. That sounds very UU. The fittest may also be the gentlest. That's not necessarily the message that we get in our culture, where might and strength and force is how we think we're going to survive. Truly, the gentlest that requires mutual help, dialogue, cooperation are the ones who survived. And we have to think about, as UUs, then, how do we be gentle, and what is an act of love? Not only is our frontal lobe guiding us, but love as a moral center for us guides us as well. So what is a choice that's an act of love? How, when I'm dealing with all these emotions that I experience in my culture, first and foremost, how can I be loving to myself? Not shame myself for what I'm feeling, not get upset about what I'm feeling, not try to control what I'm feeling, but be curious about what I'm feeling in my guest house and welcome those guests into my house. Be loving to the web of existence around us, and be loving in interactions with others. Not only in managing our guest house is it key to become emotionally healthy, emotionally intelligent, but as we know for a fact in our culture today, it is the key to our survival.
Our closing hymn is in the gray hymnal, number 100, I've Got Peace Like a River. I invite you to stand in body or spirit to join in singing.
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got
raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops in my soul. I've got tears like the raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul. The poet Rainer Maria Rilke wrote in Go to the Limits of Your Longing. Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final.
Please join in singing our congregational benediction.
Thank you all for being a part of the service today. There are representatives for Verbo and, no, I'm just kidding. They're not back there. Managing our guest house. What an opportunity we have as we spend a social hour to see how good you are at managing your guest house, interacting with this group, with each other. If you're a guest here this morning, we invite you to stick around and get to know us as we get a chance to know you as well. Thank you all for being here for our service.